I am now recording, and then I have to do the share screen. And for once, just once, click share sound.
That'd be awesome. Do that
Yes.
first time.
Welcome to Everyone Racers,
a show designed for the world of low-dollar racing
and oddball car culture.
It doesn't matter what kind of Lemon Champ or Lucky Track Dog league you run.
SCCA or NASA.
We don't discriminate.
As long as you drive it hard and built it yourself.
Join us each week for tech discussions,
tips, tricks, as well as news and notes
from the world of amateur endurance racing.
And whether it's on the spot,
hella sweet or lucky enough. Chrissy.
And I give you just the tip.
We're sure you'll giggle a little
and learn even less.
Everyone report to the paddock.
This is Chris.
This is Chrissy.
And I'm Mental.
And we are Everyone Racers. Welcome to a small Peugeot episode of our show. It is episode 309. The Peugeot 309 has been conceived as a project. Is it project? C28 as a replacement for the Talbot Simca Horizon, aka the Dodge Omni here. As a result of its developing has been by the former Chrysler Simca wing of PSA. Styling was responsibility of the former Chrysler Roots design studio in Coventry, whilst much of the engineering was done at Simca site in Poissy, maybe? France. Pussy. Oh, of course, Pussy.
Come on. How many days into your Duolingo are you?
1410.
Then you should know how to say Pussy.
Poissy in France. The only stipulation from the PSA management was that the new car had to be as much existing architecture as possible. Not signing a car based on whatever you have lying around. Try the E1R bingo card.
Which that feels like a very Chrysler and even just English car thing to do.
It's Chrysler
build out of what you have laying around, but it doesn't feel very French.
Yeah. Oh no, the French is I did not feel well today. We will build the car with what is this? Yes, it's good. Melt.
It's pretty boring looking car, actually.
It is.
That's okay.
I don't think anyone ever claimed it was a good car.
Yeah.
No.
Doesn't look extra special, but
I mean, when
that's
you've
okay.
got a Simca based Dodge Omni being developed by the Simca wing of Peugeot, Roots Chrysler, also known for their great looking cars, designed it. Nope. Right? Engineering done by Simca.
Let's find the one English company that makes ugly cars.
Yeah. It's all makes sense.
Anyway, what you working on? I hate asking Chris so mental. What you working on?
I was doing some filming this weekend with the local guys here, Rami Show. Posted a snippet of that. We had our Cars and Coffee last Sunday of every month here in Las Vegas. And I'm also going to be on Bid Nerds this week, probably next week as well. And yesterday, what I hope is the end of the worst RV repair saga ever.
Oh, I mean,
they
I don't know.
said it was done.
It burned down? Or no, they said it was done. Got it.
They said it was done.
Oh, okay.
I said, okay. He said, give me time because I want to have it detailed. So let me know a few hours before you get there. I said, I will be there Monday afternoon. He goes, we try to close at 5. I told him I would do my best. I ended up getting there about 5:15. The detailing consisted of hosing it off, smearing dirt, 9 months worth of dirt around the side of it, tire dressing. And then I sat there for 40 minutes after I called them and said I was going to be 10 minutes late while they looked for my keys. Feels like something you could have checked on knowing that I was coming at 5.
Wow.
No.
I guess you have to pay somebody to get this out of the lot, right? Like you can't just be like, you're actually really dumb. I gotta go.
Yeah, just how did you wait until I showed up to see if the keys were accessible? I don't know. I'm not a planner, and I feel like that was an obvious one.
Wow.
I
So it's Camping World in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
Not
big,
not recommended.
no, just nothing at all. And it's not an individual. This is a culture of we just don't care. They don't train people. The guy that initially did the contract was operating under complete incompetence, totally under their noses. The battery ran down twice. They locked the keys in at one time when I went to go check on it. And just this, we're not going to respond to it until you're in front of us attitude. It stems from management. It lack of training from all this because they just don't
and you can't get it out of there.
care. They don't care. And that's how my catalytic converter got stolen. So it's just an absolute culture of I am here to occupy space from time A to time B. And the manager from the top down is obviously focused on high return endeavors like selling overpriced RVs to old retired people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, didn't mean to dig all the way down that ever. The upside,
obviously you needed to
Sorry
get
to
it all out.
upset you. Right.
the upside of this weekend is Saturday. And some of you might have saw on Instagram, I got to drive Rami's new twin turbo, basically Japanese race car that he just bought and had shipped over here. That may be the most insane vehicle I've ever driven in my life.
Could you tell us more about it? Because
in
we have
third
not seen
gear, in third gear, as it winds out to the 7,000 RPM red line and the turbos are at full boost, it comes loose. And this is
a
at
brand
triple
name
digit
car?
speeds. No, it's Porsche. Yeah, absolutely. It's Porsche.
Okay.
Twin turbo 930 race car. It's air cooled, all air cooled. This car, I don't think has ever had a title. It's, if you haven't checked out our Instagram, there's a video of me filming it from the inside. You can hear the turbos even over the open windows of this thing. It's not the most powerful thing I've ever been, but it's that powerful in that small of a car. And it's still early turbo development, which is, we're fine. Here's 100 more horsepower. Figure it out. You got about a second.
Wow. Okay, and you didn't crash it.
I did not.
That's
Rami had a minor incident, but again, you'll have to watch that video.
Okay, great.
He's allowed to crash it. It's his car.
It's his car.
You not so much. Don't do
No,
that.
no. Especially when the only reason I'm driving it is because he's like, oh, this is mental. He's a racer. He knows what he's doing. I'm like, I'm going to drive it, but I'm not going to take that. I know what I'm doing mantle, but it was. What a car. What a car.
Safe game. Well, Chris, why don't you tell what we've been working on?
We've been traveling a bunch. Cape Cod, New Hampshire, etc.
Back again.
All over the place. Yep. Last week I did change the oil in the Mercedes too, which was nice. Sent that up to Blackstone. What else? I've been working on the porch, the screened-in porch that continues to get puttered on here and there. Right now, I have finished essentially repairing the sins of the previous contractor, and that I have now sealed up the holes that they put in the walls, that they just kind of stuck the plywood that they cut back in the holes and didn't secure it really, and didn't seal the the gaps and didn't really do anything. So now it's all properly actually sealed up and secure very well.
So you say they stuffed it back in the hole as in just to try and cover it up, or I'm not taking these scraps of wood to the trash. I'm going to drop them in here.
No, they they put it back like a puzzle piece, but didn't secure it. No nails, screw. No, just it's there. The siding will hold it in place.
Here, all right, hold this, Bob, real quick. Siding goes up. All right, we're good.
Right. And there are various 1-inch holes and of certain spots where they had probed to see where to start cutting and stuff. So those are filled in. The one hole that they never actually filled in right behind the lights switch now is actually, covered and stuff, which is nice. And I put the L channel up all around, which I had to custom make from bits of lumber to hold the LED rope light for the ambient low-level lighting that's out there, and that is up now tonight and looks great. And
if I didn't have to do such a project to get up and over there, I'd show you, but it's hard to get over there.
It's coming along. It's basically slow and steady. It's coming along though.
We'll have it in a
Yep.
couple of weeks. When it's final up there, we'll show the ambiance.
Sure, I can
Sure.
do the show from out there actually.
Someday. Absolutely, you can.
Sure, I could.
Great. That's
Great.
all. Chrissy, what are you doing?
Not much additional. I did all the traveling. We had a birthday party to go to up north, and long drive up, long drive back. I was just watching my sister's kids, so I'm a little bit worn out, and that's about it. Not much going on. Let's move on.
So one of the biggest challenges in driving or coexisting with electric vehicles is their sound or lack of sound. So
Didn't think so. I thought the sound was okay. The pipe didn't sound. Go ahead. You keep going, and I can tell you what I think
I'm
afterwards.
just not a fan of piped in sound. After how terrible it was in that 4-cylinder Mustang that had the like Subaru engine noise.
Agreed.
basically in it.
Agreed.
That's terrible. Anyway, so the weak solution is the artificial sound from the external speakers.
That was a
That
crap we
misses
were
it.
showing at SEMA last year, like on the Mustang Mach-E and
Yeah.
Teslas.
Yeah. No, come on. They can do better. There's a chance for something interesting there and some safety. Now, thankfully, the perfect car company to worry about car noise is on the case. Peter Holdreth, the Drive, has us resting assured that Lamborghini's obsession with EV sounds will be the right answer. Why? Because Lamborghini's chief technical officer, Reuven Moore, says a synthetic noise with no connection to what the car is doing is something he, quote, cannot accept. I like this guy. In fact, a company known for excess stated they will be looking, quote, working in the direction to go as little artificial as possible, end quote. What that means is that they're examining sounds from the electric drivetrain itself, like the motor and inverter with amplification. As Peter says, electric motors and inverters do make some cool noises. They're just not very loud. So if someone can make that cool and make something loud, it's got to be Lambo. Yep, it's true.
Yes. I'm looking forward to it. I saw a tweet that said we missed the boat when the Teslas don't make the Jetsons car noise. Now, a recent poop stirring social media post which means me, made mentioning the Apple versus Android user systems has gotten some reaction. And this is because Jeff insists on having an Android, which limits our group text abilities. This rivalry might be going farther because Apple is seeking a patent for augmented reality windshield. Stephen Williams at the Autopian covers their plan to lay augmented reality projections consisting of vehicle data as well as your local surroundings on your front windscreen. It's going to use geographical positioning, radar devices, in addition to visible light and infrared cameras, ultrasonic and light-based scanning abilities to project a graphical overlay on the glass in front of the driver. According to the patent filing, the overlay would provide information about the real-time environment as well as data about the objects in the distance, including people, alongside vehicle speed, suspension, and other factors. Williams mentioned that this device is going to borrow from Apple's soon-to-be released Vision Pro augmented reality headsets. I don't know if I'm ready for this.
I am
It's
not.
not
I'm surprised they didn't do it sooner.
No, it's not entirely new. Like Mercedes had and BMW had like infrared cameras in the car that would actually project like a really large heads-up display essentially onto the windshield to show you like where stuff was that was in the dark. Like, so
I mean, and we also have a heads up, and it gives you more than just the speed. Like the Cadillac will show you, it'll tell you might be hitting something, and it gives you a little warning. I mean, like there's plenty of things that it could tell you. I'm surprised it doesn't tell you more.
I'm just
I don't.
worried
Doesn't mean
about,
that I want it.
yeah,
It just I don't want it.
advertisements and Yelp ratings and a bunch of other crap that shows up, and then
Totes.
I already have a hard time finding that tiny little close button on some of those pop-up ads. I don't want to be doing all of that.
Yeah.
there's a Dunkin' Donuts right up on your right.
Right. You're like, screw you.
Stop in now.
Yeah. If you give me a coupon, I might be convinced.
There you have it, Apple. And since our devices are listening to all of us,
Shits.
the first coupon is going to show up on Chrissy's Cadillac windscreen.
Okay. As long as it's something that I care about, and then maybe I'll go. Yeah, I know. Okay. We've all thought about it, but Fred Smith at Road and Track tells us about one driver who actually did it. This past weekend at the MX5 Cup, aka Spec Pinata, ran at VIR. 7 cars broke away into a leading pack towards the end of the event. Michael Carter moved from 6th to 5th after a late break into the roller coaster. Immediately in what Fred calls a moment of slapstick perfection, Carter bumped the rear bumper of the number 4 car. 4th place was pushed into 3rd. 3rd would hit 2nd, leading 2nd into the first to spin, while 4th and 3rd went off track. Carter took the lead out of the corner. The marshals forced a post-race drive-through penalty, so that knocked him off the podium as well. The winner went to Jared Thomas, who was in 6th, heading into the fateful corner.
I just, for our video users, the link to the entire race as well as this event is in our show notes. But here you have.
Let's make sure that Michael Carter didn't get the tap from Jared
Watch
Thomas.
the white Miata
from behind.
Tap.
Oh,
tap.
Not sure. So it was Carter onto Johnson. Johnson onto the number 2 of Opalski, who then. Let's make sure that Michael Carter didn't get the tap.
I mean, they are all running
from Jared Thomas
in maximum
from behind
as they're going down that straight. Like there is inches between them, so it doesn't take much. And bump drafting is a thing that they do, I think.
It is, but it's just literally like the marbles on strings on a desk, tick, 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 all the way down. So we have a link to that video if you just listen to it, as well as the entire race. And the guy that was in the lead when he comes into the pits after the race, I don't know if angry is accurate enough.
Yes.
It was quite a display on that.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah, no doubt there's some egos involved at the
again.
that
no way.
Right. Oh well.
Now on that note, we enjoy our internal combustion engines as much as anyone else does, but on occasion we look into the possibility of going green, and why wouldn't we? And when we go green, we should totally go green. And what we have here on our friends at racingjunk.com is this beautiful green 2000.
It's great that
V12.
you're also sharing. You're sharing both all of your screen, which is me on your desktop.
That is true. Yes, we've got Chrissy at the Cape.
It's fine.
But the Aston Martin that we have. Okay, you got it. Cool. It is it's called Verde green exterior. Tan are the parchment with green highlights. And of course the dash is green. It is only 28.4 and it's got 8,300 miles on it. It is just beautiful.
That's 84,000.
Sorry, 84,000 miles. Yeah, I am certain you'll have 1 or 2 minor electrical issues that'll pop up, but the rest of the time, when you're cruising around in your green car, it's very green.
I like the Aston Martin external green. Like that color is very nice, but the green dash and the green door panels.
Nope. and the roof is like, they're all like a little bit different color.
Yes. Like
the roof is like a little bit green. It's like a little bit darker.
Yeah.
And then the interior pieces feel sea foamier.
Yeah,
that's a thing.
And I think there's 3 different shades of green on the inside too.
I agree.
Yeah. If they just made this a nice, like kind of medium tan kind of interior, that would be lovely. Or even the light would just maybe a little green piping on the seat.
And I really like green cars. Really, I do. I do not like this green.
It just it struck my eye, and it underscores that you can find everything on racingjunk.com.
Not wrong, including, well, I think it's going to go away today. An 84 Corvette. If you happen to know somebody
who still there, they were just offering us a chance to promote it.
Don't care.
No, I have gotten. Sorry, Racing Junk. I've gotten 0 interest from Racing Junk.
Well, but if you know somebody that wants an 84 Corvette, please let us know, because we happen to still have one for sale.
I got 1 spam text. That's what I got. And it was like, I am interested in your, in parentheses, 84 Corvette Z51 manual, in parentheses. Right?
Insert title here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It had actually still had the parentheses in from cutting and pasting the thing. Yeah, they could do better than that.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, normally, okay, go, Chrissy.
There's nothing.
There's none.
Nope, not for a little while.
No, we got I think 2 weeks, and both
probably about 2 weeks. Yep,
both
Champ and
Lemons and Champ will be
and Lucky Dog.
And, that's right. Yeah, 2 weekends. We got 3 races coming up.
All kinds of things then.
Okay, well, until then, we got nothing.
The same with the recent results.
Pretty much. Yep. Okay, we're going to listen. Our feedback time.
On YouTube, Tyler said, the existence of really cheap cars always baffled me a little. Not that I don't appreciate it. If I had a limited budget and needed a car, the last thing I'd consider is a new car. I bought a few used budget cars in my day, but I really wonder who was buying a car like a Mazda 2, which is my current daily driver, which is not bad or worse. Or even worse, a Mirage new, right? Doesn't seem like it'd be a popular thing, which is why I guess they're vanishing. It
used to be there was the market, you just got your first, grown-up job, or you just moved someplace, or you're, many a time. I'm not a car person. I know that when this needle goes E, I put more juice in that. And then when it gets to this mileage, I take it to place and have oil change, and I drive until it dies. And I've known plenty of people like that.
I mean, come on, in the 80s, when this kind of stuff was a lot more popular, the average used car wasn't easily lasting to 200,000 miles.
No.
So if someone wanted something reliable, their kind of really only choice was something new. But now, yes, you can go buy a 90,000 mile Civic, and you're going to get another 100,000 miles out of that. Really, no problem.
Especially with you've got reputable places out there that honor warranties on cars up to that kind of distance.
Sure.
Yeah. On our Instagram, regarding our Amazon deal on the hot tub, Carl Mann was disappointed that it, quote, will not ship to Massachusetts.
I wonder why.
I don't know.
It was weird about where it was shipping. It wouldn't ship to
everybody
Maine
tried.
Yeah.
But Monkey House Raisin had his back. Ship it to New Hampshire and come pick it up.
And the EV Boxster conversion we share got some attention. DJ914 liked it on Facebook, and Off the Rails Racing. I should have made something cooler. Scott said that should be fun. Battery should help with understeer. Also, thank you to everyone who commented on our IG reel of the year so far.
How about Off Their Ales Racing?
Off Their Ales. Yeah. That's good. Thank you. Oft he rails. Yes. Okay. Anyway. Yes.
Off the
great.
Off the.
Who's usually better? I'm saying who's usually better at pronouncing things than we are usually.
Well, or just when you squish everything together, you figure out what it looks like.
Yep. Oh well.
Big time.
Hi, Chrissy's
mom. They will just forever be known as the Scrappy R Fugees. That's just how.
Right. Also, hi to my parents. They will be listening. They are on a road trip, so they have lots of time in the car, and they are doing their good deed for their lifetime right now.
Just gonna say thank you.
Yes.
Are they taking the MX or the Snowflake?
I think they took the RDX.
Okay. So, all right. Well, safe travels to your parents.
Okay, now it's main topic time. Let's go.
This is your idea, so your idea, and then
my general idea. So we had a great time finding cars that are available on the internet of money that we don't have, we don't actually plan on buying. And I suggest we do that again because they're usually hilarious. And then we decided to come up with the parameters, and that's where I left it. I said I want to find cars that I'm not going to buy. Go. And these two came up with the parameters of where we were going to look and what we were going to find.
Yep.
And
basically we're doing window shopping.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
So we're gonna start. It's here somewhere.
Who's loading? Are you both loading?
I'm loading. I'm loading mine up.
Oh, you're loading yours. So is that where we're doing?
So the first, we can. So the first one I suggested, let's go somewhere different. Let's go somewhere that the cars don't rust. Let's go somewhere that's a lovely place to drive. I said, let's go to Seattle. And we're going to look for a car for a tour of the Northwest. Like, we'll go down to Oregon, Idaho, Montana, like really see a lot of the Northwest in this car. So that's really the parameter for this first one. So I'm going to get us started here.
And have we looked at either any of our cars? I haven't looked at your two cars.
I did not. I saw, like, as I would roll over it, like links would come up, and I deliberately.
And we made all of our links at the link, not just copy and paste to Craigslist or whatever it is. We put. You're totally going to have to look at this. You're going to have to shut this podcast off and go to YouTube, because that's what's going to happen with this show.
We'll actually have the real. We'll have the real links of everything that we come up in the show notes. These will all be like what this is. I think this one showed up on Facebook at Marketplace for me when I was.
Great. Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this. Now, this is a 1986 Jaguar XJS-C. So it is a kind of sort of convertible before they made it a really good convertible. This one is has 170,000 miles. It is green. It is.
Wait, did we say what our adventure is here? We're going to Seattle.
I just told it's a tour of the Northwest.
But we put a price tag on the first one.
This one is $5,000 purchase price. This one is $5,900. I think I can talk them down. So Jaguar XJS.
Remember, you took this liberty before, and I was only limiting to 5,000, and I was like, no, we got to bump this price up, because Chris always tries to finagle. Okay.
Yep, the guy says, all the power stuff was in storage for over 8 years. No rust, a great looking classic collector plated. Now it really does look pretty nice if you look at this.
It really is.
It is British Racing green.
Yep, jade green.
Oh,
look, the guy's legs are still in it.
The other car.
British Racing green tan interior. This guy is the kind of guy that wears dark socks with his sneakers.
He's still sitting in.
But he's also. Now, I hold this picture right here, because that is a Triumph Stag in front of it. So
I thought it might be a Spitfire.
This is a British masochist.
And on the right, is that a Bentley Continental?
I don't know if that's a good thing.
Yeah,
he got it to go to 170,000 kilometers.
The interior is in really nice shape.
It is really not that bad.
It's in phenomenal condition. This is
that engine's clean too. Yeah,
right. The whole thing is as bad as these can be. This one looks, I'm going to say, better than average, and it's only 107,000 miles. He typed it in wrong. I think
he said kilometers.
That's true. Because
I was gonna say
Canada.
Yes.
So
I was like, 107 or 170 is a very big difference.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
170 is probably kilometers. You're right. So that's
all right. You're gonna get there.
That's my number one choice.
Okay. You're gonna get there
in style, maybe.
Has anyone else here ever driven one of these Saint Roger Moore style Jaguars?
No, they look fun though.
They are. So the interesting thing is that 12, it's the 12 cylinder. It's a 5 liter. So they're very tiny cylinders. Yes.
Yep. Very
tiny. And they run so quiet and so smooth. Sometimes you cannot hear it sitting at a stoplight. It is just, it will not snap your neck acceleration, but it is just.
It's got torque, and the power is adequate, like Rolls-Royce. So now here's my backup in case this wasn't available.
And at speed, they are still so smooth.
Yeah. Here's my
never going to go wrong with one of those ever.
This is a 92 Mercedes 300 SL R129. Well, there's a story about that. This has a clean Oregon title, has 194,000 miles.
No big deal for Mercedes.
Accelerates well, rides great, transmission works, fun to drive, all kinds of power stuff. All right, here's some things. Separate soft top is in great shape, but needs hydraulic work to function. I keep it garage and just use the hardtop. Comes with a hardtop stand even, right? So, it's got some cosmetic issues. The bumpers are
it looks like you hit a low curb there.
Yeah, someone's hit some parking stops.
Yeah.
The wheels
is it supposed
tragic
to be two-toned?
Chrome wheels. Yeah, that's kind of the way they did it. 92. They're kind of tragic chrome wheels. Some of the trim around the headlights are a little iffy, but I think like the interior looks fairly well together. I think this could make a nice touring car for the Northwest, and it's
a wonderful touring vehicle. Yes.
Yeah. And at only $3,500, I've got room to fix stuff before I leave.
Great.
Yeah. And
so,
the engine and the drivetrain of that is a common drivetrain. So
it's the straight six, the 24-valve straight six that they used in all kinds of things. So I feel like that would do just fine.
Yeah. If someone buys this, let me know, because we've got a couple of them in the junkyards down here. They show up every now and again.
Yep. I mean, it's going to cost you more than that to fix the hydraulics for the top. But if you just leave the hard top on and don't worry about it, then you're
those
okay.
tops, you can totally do those tops manually. The convertible tops.
Yeah.
You can disconnect all that stuff, and it's not that much harder than a Miata.
Okay.
Chrissy has the same word twice. I'm so excited.
Do you want me to pull them up, Chrissy, or do you?
No, I have it. So I took tour of the West Coast a little differently.
That's great.
I took it at. Okay, hold on. Okay. So I went with live in the car kind of tour.
Awesome.
That's a different kind of tour.
So
yes.
Okay, so can you see my screen?
Okay.
So it's a Vanagon.
It's a
the look of this thing. It is so set up proper.
Okay, so I went with the go big and then negotiate. Not sure it's going to go over well. This is a 1987 Vanagon GL Wolfsburgevischen Maus MAUS. Somebody has lived in it. Because it's got a lovely little table. It's got a wood floor. It's got a really nice bed. It's got a table in it. It's got a roof.
This is not a Westphalia.
This is the actual, it's like they had a level that wasn't quite camper conversion, but this one's got the dining room table and the front seats rotate. And it's got those really cool Recaro designed seats in it. This, for the money, oh my God,
how many miles on that?
Fantastic.
How many miles is that?
322,000.
Okay.
I didn't look at that part. I was just looking at the car. So
I have a great deal of respect for people that have bonded so much with that vehicle that it's got a name.
So I was just planning on finding a really nice state park, going to live in my Vanagon. I don't know if I'm going to make it up the hill, but
does it say anything else? Yeah. Look at this is a long ad.
Yeah. I mean, these people love.
Look at the compression test numbers.
Okay, don't look at that. We'll fix that. I got.
It's ready for the Scooby conversion.
It's fine. Okay, I didn't.
Well, let's tell our listeners about that.
I didn't read that far. Too busy looking through every
compression. Here's we go. Compression test numbers.
Sorry, I'm very busy. No,
150, 130, 140, 30.
30.
Wow.
It's fine. You only
currently
need
runs
3.
and drives fine until you want to stop where it stalls out.
Okay, I didn't read that
no
far.
rust.
It's pretty awesome. It's a manual. It's a Vanagon. Let's move on.
I love the flooring. They did the flooring in it. I love that NASCAR rake. That's a cool car. And then if you are a handy type, you get this baby and do that WRX conversion. That's so popular.
So I'm also going along with the live in it kind of
car. Right.
Well, I just kept finding 2. So I went. This is the 1985 Volkswagen Vanagon Adventure Wagon, which is where this is where I started, and then I found the better one. So I decided to go with This is when I said adventure with an exclamation point, and then the next one I was like, more adventure. So this one does not look as good. It is not a lived-in beautiful piece.
Oh, it's a lived-in
machinery.
But this one has a fixed hard top, like a large bubble hard top.
Yeah, the high top. Yeah.
Yeah, with windows in it. It's got black steelies.
It's a little rougher.
It's got the bunk over. It's got a bunk.
Yes, it does.
Like a double bunk.
It also has a large piece of foam.
Yeah. So it's a little rougher than the other one. The other one had really nice wood floors, and this one's a little rough, but it'll be nice and airy. I don't know. It needs. Oh, what? Oh, damn
216,000 miles.
And
what
this
does
one
that just say right there?
It needs a new engine. Oh, Damn it. Okay, I didn't do a very good job.
Well,
I'm out.
you're going to be living in your van in Seattle while you're fixing it. Well,
maybe
I'm on the
Because you're
side of the road with my
automatically down by
broken
a river.
Jag.
Sure, or your
you-
broken Mercedes. Either way.
Yep.
I don't
My
feel like the
broken
Mercedes is
ass
going to
Jag.
break. He's just going to, he's going to get pulled over a lot. What are you doing? in this
Okay,
part of
Mental,
town?
what kind of adventure are you going on?
Wow. Okay. So, I still adhere to the $5,000 is $5,000. So here's what I came up with,
Are
but
you living in your car or not?
you can't.
Okay.
And
Well,
I
you can
came
live
up,
in the Jag too. You just
you could, you
You're
could.
not want to.
So I found a 1990 Jimmy K5. for
It starts with great deal,
$4,900.
though.
It does.
Great deal.
It's been sitting, but it is all original, rust free ish by Northeastern standards. This thing is rust free. By Nevada, we'd give it the hairy eyeball. It's the boxy two-tone GMC
yeah, it's a square body
Suburban.
K5.
Exactly. Still has the removable back of it. So I figured when the weather's nice, you could roll around with that one. The guy says it runs if he pours gas in the carb. So basically you'd have to do a fuel, a little bit of rust right there by the rear and the corners, but I really don't care. Lovely crushed red velour interior.
Poorhouse red interior.
Wow.
Yes.
Great.
I'm sure it's clean.
You're going to be
I'm
so comfortable.
sure.
It doesn't look that bad. Really?
Really?
Like it looks
really.
some of
I
these
will take a
vacuumed it.
DNA test on this versus your two hippie vans.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, fine. You win.
Yeah, no, this looks pretty clean. My dad had one of these. He had an 82 K5 Blazer with the 6.2 liter diesel.
Oh, yes.
He says it's the worst car he's ever owned.
100 horsepower, maybe.
Yeah.
Bag
Worst
of
cars ever.
marbles in the
He traded it in only
intake.
3 years old because of how bad it was and got another van. Oh well.
Yes. I remember my buddy's grandparents had the same thing in a Suburban. And they because they lived in the country, they insisted on stopping at yield signs and then trying to merge onto the freeway in a 5.9 diesel. But yeah, this is a good vehicle, and it's a Chevy V8. So yeah, you basically drop the tank, clean it out, put the tank back in there, fire it up. This baby's gonna go. So, and then you get like the quasi convertible if you want to roll around. The cool part of
Yeah, the hard part is getting
Northeast.
it back on and sealing it up properly. That's why no one ever.
True.
actually
That
took
is
them off.
it's yeah, that's a long process.
Okay.
All
so
right.
All right, now
after
we're going
after
now.
that, I said, let's expand our budget, and let's expand it significantly. Let's go for a once in a lifetime kind of trip. So a budget of anywhere between $50,000 to $150,000. So that's sizable, I think, and I think we could all find something lovely to find for this trip there. So I've got two potential options here because I
Now
like
the
that
first one
backups in
you
case things
have
go.
labeled Grand Touring Perfection.
Yeah, I'm about to share my screen. I was just pulling them up and
Okay.
have those ready.
Because I feel like my choice might rival you.
So I have a 2018 Mercedes AMG GTC convertible.
Wow.
Oof. Yeah.
15,000
Wow.
miles. It is white. It has the right wheels with the split spokes. It has
those
the
are carbon
Panamericana
ceramics.
grille, the carbon ceramics brakes. It's it is a lovely car. Nice two-tone gray interior, but I like that the center of the seats are light gray. So, and because it's a convertible, you don't want black seats.
Doesn't
That
bring
just
that-
hurts. Right?
And it is the nice diamond tuck. In fact, I don't even think those inserts are actually leather. I think it's probably something a lot more pleasant when it's warm.
Probably. So this is a
Yeah.
lovely place to be. That the
It's got the
miles
same
will
stereo
just
as yours.
pour away, right?
Mm.
It's the edition 50. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure it's something good. It's got heated and vented seats. It's all of the niceties.
Oh, scroll back to that dashboard picture, please. Just underneath, I want to see if it has the dial-a-hoon button. Up just another one on the actual dashboard that faces vertical. Okay. No, it does not have dial-a-hoon. Okay. Thank you.
Sorry.
No, and
Well,
I believe they only do that in the GTS, and that is a
this is a
dial
C.
that
This is the
allows you to
Constructor.
give directly how many degrees or slip angle you get when you drift it, and it will hold it at exactly whatever you dial that. It's a yellow knob on the AMG GTs.
Okay.
Now this one is 114.9.
Okay.
I think it looks lovely.
It's only got 15,000 miles. It's great.
15, right. Now the other one. Here we have a 2015 Porsche 911 Targa 4S, which if I had to pick a modern 911, like the whatever the latest one is, this is the one I'm going for. It is the right color. It is like a medium metallic blue. It has a kind of nice medium tan interior.
Wow. It's a 3-pedal.
Not too hot. It is a 3-pedal car.
That is rare.
Yep.
Very rare. Especially on the Targas.
It is the right way to go if you want one of these things. It's got a frunk, it's got a back seat. You can put your stuff in because Porsche 911 back seats aren't great for that, or people with no legs are fine. It's looks like it's well optioned for touring. Looks lovely.
That is lovely. If you've never seen that those Targa tops, mechanical Targa tops in action on the modern ones.
Yeah, the whole back of it lifts up. Kind of like the Miata RF.
Yes.
Same kind of
thing. Except just very German, so prettier.
Yeah, and much more complicated and hard to fix. And this one has only 7,600 miles on it.
That is impressive. All right.
It is also $140,000, which I think is a little on the pricey side, but
it's a I would even argue that might be an investment car if you sit on it long enough, given the transmission and color combo. That's cool. Well done. You are right. We all want that one.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first, Mental?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. You guys doubled up on me. I feel bad. I feel like I only did half my job.
No, I doubled up mostly because I worried that the first one I'd pick would be gone by the time from looking at it to now. Yes, right.
Agreed.
All right.
But now that they're both here, we'll look at both.
So you threw Seattle in there. And Lemons Racer and our friend, petty cash entrepreneur, Matt Adair, has a dealer in Seattle, Dobson Stuttgart. So naturally, I went to go see what our friend would want. And what I found was a 2012 Audi R8 V8. So the first generation with the 4.3 liter, 3 pedals. It only has 9,200 miles. And I've driven this era. It's slower, but I like this one better than the V10. It's a much, much more better balanced machine. So it's white. It's got the gated 6-speed shifter. It's got all the right stuff. You could totally live out your Iron Man fantasies in this car.
And they're very comfortable and nice to drive. Yeah,
they really are. And granted, it's Audi, so you'll pay for it. But they're not hard to get fixed because they put that engine mid-engine, but that engine was in a dozen things. And actually it's probably more accessible than it is on all of their front all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive applications. But this is a fine vehicle. You got 420 horsepower. It's going to take you just over 4 seconds, but it's okay because you're going to look good when you're doing it. So if you're in the market for $105,000, 9,200 mile first generation R8 V8, get a hold of Matt. Tell him the Mental and the crew from Everyone Racer sent you over there. But that was my choice.
People that listen to our show probably cannot afford it or are shopping. If you can't afford it, you're not shopping for a car, waiting for us to come up with the cars.
No, I'm sure we have listeners that can afford this, but they're like, oh yeah, but I also have a Super Duty and then a trailer and I blow up 6 cars a year racing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm a little surprised that Mental went with the non-Porsche option.
Ooh.
I am looking at a yellow 2016 Porsche Cayman GT4.
Proper.
We are at 98,000.
Eric is nursing a semi right now.
888 is what we've got. I'm a little jelly of your Targa though. So this is a non-Targa, but It is
it's a Cayman, so
it is a stick shift. And
As the GT4s, I think all are they make do they make PDK GT4s? I don't know.
I don't. Yeah. But the great thing about the GT4 is they always do the interior right on them.
Yeah.
So this is the micro suede steering, the micro suede bucket seats.
Bright yellow, big wing.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a big wing.
Big wing.
Yeah.
Well, this one can back it up, and it's also got the carbon ceramics.
But it's got a gray interior, so it's gray, like a very dark gray.
It's the carbon fiber.
It's Alcantara interior too.
Yeah. It's the carbon fiber non-reclinable buckets, which actually are really comfortable.
Okay.
They're just hard to get in and out of.
And how many miles on this?
That wasn't part of the game.
14,000.
14,000 miles, and it's $98,000.
Yep.
All right.
Well,
I have a
Chrissy.
I have a very quick fun story about a car that looks exactly like this.
Sure.
We were at NASA HPDE Watkins Glen with the Civic, and I'm lined up in the advanced group to go out in Godzilla, and one of those is next to me, and he backs up his GT4 Cayman into the side of the Civic. He was trying to move for somebody else. He's coming toward me. I'm watching it.
You're like, no,
and
no,
I'm waving
no,
out the
no,
window.
no.
I'm yelling. I hit the
You're hitting the Godzilla horn.
I did. And he keeps coming toward me at about 1 mile an hour and bumps into the driver's side quarter panel of the Civic behind
Should
me.
have got out and flipped out and said, there are no other bumps on this car and you just made one. No, because the guy
felt bad. I said, you just hit the best car in this entire field to back into.
You're not wrong.
I said, it's not a big deal. And he had a big green and black mark on the corner of his bumper in his GT4.
No. Chrissy and I painted that car with a roller.
We did at a basketball net. Yeah,
pretty much. Okay, I did have another one here. We can't buy it because the reserve is not met on eBay. It is a 18 Porsche 911 GT3. This is the color that I would actually like. This is
has got to be a paint to sample. That looks
beautiful.
It's a light blue, yeah.
Beautiful light blue.
Oh, wow.
GT3. There are not many. Oh, there are many pictures here. It's just a little harder to see. I just gotta open them back up. So yes, it is.
I wonder what the reserve was. I mean, 2018 GT3 150 is going to be tough. But yeah.
That's what they're trading for, though.
Yeah.
It went to what it bid to 108 and reserve was not met. So I am not sure. But it is a lovely gray interior. It looks like.
Oh wow, that one's actually like this looks like a paint to sample and custom interior car. This is fantastic. PDK, very nice.
So
and it's a GT3. It's a wonderful car.
It is.
So that they were my.
This isn't San Luis Obispo. It's a little ways away from Seattle.
Yeah, I know. I
what a drive. To ship it? What a drive!
Right. I figured, that's where I'm just gonna get there. I'm gonna start down south. That was I did note that. I did actually look up how far away it was, and it was a 16-hour drive. But I was like, worth it. So yeah, that happened.
Honestly, 16 hours, 12.
Right. It'll be great, and it'll be a wonderful drive. So I said it's fine.
You'll need a new set of tires when you get there, but yeah.
All right, what are we on to next?
I believe we went to the on a racetrack.
Keep reading.
I know. I just figured somebody else was going to read it while we opened.
Sorry.
Oh, I wasn't where we were all over the place. A car that you would most like to drive on track does not have to be a race car. Under 20K and over 20K is what we're looking at. So we're starting with the under 20K.
I can get started if you'd like.
Please, sure.
Sure. Mine's I had all mine loaded up.
So this is already sold. So it's not available for sale anymore, but it was for sale recently. This is a K24 powered 96 MX-5 Miata track car.
Bring a trailer.
It was on Bring a Trailer. It sold for $16,666.
It's not a bad price.
In California. So yeah, K24 swap, 6-speed manual, torsion limited slip.
I'm sure all this works.
Hardtop.
Works.
It probably does.
It's so ugly.
Montego blue mica car. It's got big brakes. It is got
I like those
coilovers.
the deep dish are those EF or what's the
IMS 15-inch wheels, it said, but
Yeah.
that's fine. 225 Yokohama Advent tires. It's got racing seats. It's got a roll bar. It's got harnesses. It's guaranteed to be fun. Really,
and
it's
reliable.
it's got a CNC ported head, stage 2 cams,
Oof.
all kinds of stuff. This is probably putting 300 to the wheels, NA, spinning to
Okay.
8,000 RPM. I mean, guaranteed to be fun.
And
Like-
get another set of wheels.
Huh.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
So I know
Okay.
there's no way you don't giggle when you drive that on track.
I
I actually like the color. The wing is a bit ostentatious. I do like the front splitter, and I think those wheels are fantastic.
I think the arrow on that stuff actually works.
It
All right.
it looks like custom deep dish like EPF ones.
Yep.
Nice.
And now the over 50,000.
Oh, wait,
Here
hold
I
on.
have
Okay, fine.
on
Oh, I
racing.
totally saw this one.
So did I.
Oh,
I did.
absolutely. It was like a promoted one. It was right at the top of the page.
Doesn't mean I
Yes.
can't pick it.
Sure.
It
No,
says
absolutely.
on racingjunk.com in Tyler, Texas. It's a 2020 Civic Type R championship winning race car. It's SRO compliant, fresh transmission rebuild, new turbo, running EO endurance races with NASA. Last race at Sonoma was running 153 on DOT tires.
Oh, good
Yeah,
Lord. Oh,
Yep. This thing
53 in
moves.
Sonoma. Good God. Ooh.
Yeah. Spares, got some spares, air vent system. It's in LA, cool shirt system, Honda data cable for more tunes. It looks good. It is fast. It is a Honda, so it's probably just
It
fairly
has
reliable
so
and
many
works.
stickers.
Has the same seat as we have in our race car.
Must be
the
a
OMP
winner.
HTER. Yep.
It's
Probably
So-
never been
it's
titled.
so loud. Loud to look at. It's so loud to look at.
Oh,
is
I'm
what
sure
it
it's
is.
loud to
I'm
hear too.
sure.
I'm sure it's loud
I'm
in every
sure. That's
possible
why I
way,
had to. Yeah. It's so loud.
but I'd like to drive it.
Okay.
car.
Rachel, you
All
want to go?
right. Sure. This will sort of surprise you, but then not surprise you. So in the realm of under 50,000, just because there's always a good deal. I'm sorry, under 20,000. I would literally have to negotiate $1 off the price, but there it is, a 2000 Corvette C5 race car. And this is one of those classic stories where they bought this car. It was really fast and they started doing track stuff. And then it just eventually got to where they couldn't drive it anymore. I would live my inner Tracy Gadou on this car because it looks like it has been built correct. Come on. It just, there we go. So
it
it
is a
also
red
has big
C5
wang.
Yeah.
Side exhaust. It's the fixed roof coupe style C5 Z06 looking, gutted interior,
Fully caged. Yeah.
fully caged, race seats, fire suppression system, the whole 9 yards. Short shifter, all the right bits on it. Let me scroll down to the description. So you've got, it's a bought in 2005 at 16,000 miles and then converted to a racetrack car over a 5-year period. We can all sympathize. That's how it happens.
Yep.
And then you end up with a truck and a trailer and all this other kind of stuff. But he's got an LS1, PR stage heads, comp cam. It dynoed at 435 horsepower and 369 foot-pounds on a super lightweight chassis. This is an absolute beast. So I picked a Corvette. Yes, absolutely on purpose. So recognizing that I did that, and I kept with that theme when it came time to go over 20,000.
Let's do it.
do it now. And what I came up with is the last analog Dodge Viper. And so there it goes. Bam. This 2009 Viper ACR, race prepped, never raced. They want 84,000 for
Got
it. Yep. And that's fine because it would cease to be poser owned and then proceed to be abused shortly after coming into my ownership. But it's in Hollywood, Florida. 2009, it's got 3,300 miles on it. It's got the Hennessy 700R motor, 725 horsepower, no traction control, no ABS, no excuses.
You can buy this car from Cool Willie 317.
Cool Willie spent 150 grand and is selling it now for 84.9. So he's a real smart guy.
You're right.
Yes. This sat in his warehouse and he told everyone how he owned the last true Dodge race car ever made. But it's all the takeoff parts. He's still got all that on there. He's got all the documentation, the invoice, the window sticker, the manual. It's got keys on there. It was $150,000 to get it in this position, which is what Chris was saying on there. So you can sell it on there, but a 725 horsepower, and you could probably still title this thing if you wanted to.
Yeah, this is a second gen Viper. It is mostly white with black down the center and over the roof and onto the trunk.
It's got the ACR carbon. I believe that is a carbon fiber hood.
It's all the ACR bits, the splitter, the canards. It's got a roll bar and inside, but it still has the stock seats with some Shro harnesses.
Oh yeah.
Radio delete. So you can suffer. Yep.
So you can listen to the UPS truck. It's full. Well, actually, it's a Hennessy Viper engine, so it probably sounds friggin' amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So lots of pictures in this one.
Cool. Yeah.
Number 3 of the ones that the Hennessy folks made. So, yes.
Good. Well, it's a shame that Slick Willie's losing $60,000, $65,000 on his car, but oh well.
Yeah. And that thing would immediately get planted onto a track and no longer be worth even the $84,000 that he's asking for it.
I don't know. I bet it's a little track use in that car wouldn't hurt it.
Oh yeah. Cause it's going to get a lot of track use.
That's true. Yep.
Okay. So I took this differently as I did living in my Vanagon.
You can't drive either of your Vanagons, so
you can only live in them, right?
I know.
All right, I'll swing by in the Blazer. We'll go meet Chris.
That.
We'll all cram into the Porsche. It'll be great.
Just help me fix my Vanagon. Anyway, I read this as find a car, and buy it like from the dealer, and I would like to take it on track. So not a track race prepared car. That's how I took this. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Sure. Take it home.
When she says car to buy it, I expect her to go, and the transport gets here next week, Chris. I'm sorry. I misunderstood the instructions.
So what kind of Miata did you get?
I did not. I picked a 2017 Ford Fiesta ST for just under 20 grand.
That is a great car. Love the color.
This happens to be, I may still have had the search on for Tacoma, Washington, or maybe I didn't. It says 62,000 miles on it, which is kind of a lot. But I was looking for something that was prepared under 20K. Seems like it does have a 6-speed, and it is silver with.
I believe that is the brake upgrade as well, if I'm looking at those rotors correctly.
I've heard that those are just a riot to drive.
I was going for.
I have a local friend, Sherlock, who has one of these, and we just did the engine mounts a few months ago because that's one of the weak points on those cars. But the aftermarket solution is billet aluminum, and it's less than $300. And my friend Chris Mills had one of these. These are fun,
cheap and cheerful.
That's what I was going for. Under 20K, can get it already prepared, get it ready to go, and get on track. So that's what I was going for under 20K.
Torque steer like an 80s Volkswagen. It's fantastic.
And my over 20K is obnoxious. I went searching for this one, and I found exactly what I would like. The transport will be here next week. This is a this is a Porsche Taycan, and a perfect, beautiful green.
I believe that is also a paint to
Mamba
green metallic. It is.
I wonder if that is a paint to sample. I don't know if that is a factory color.
Do not know. I don't know my Porsche Taycan colors to be exact. But it is a yes, it is. So it is actually brand new. It is a Porsche of Warrington, which is not far from here. So we'll be picking it up next week. So just kidding. I'm not doing.
I guess I better put that charger in.
Right. We were just talking about the what does it sound like? It sounds good enough because it's awesome sauce. I have driven one. I did not drive it on track because they would not let me, but I will be buying this. So I think it is stickered at, where did you see the sticker? Oh, there it is.
104.
104.7. So
But it is the base.
yeah, that's okay.
Wait, I'm sorry, scroll back up just a hair. What is on that right side dash screen? That is like somebody,
right
I think it says F1 Fanatic.
I believe it does. Or something
awesome.
like that.
Yeah.
Something Fanatic. I can't read it. But anyway, it is a lovely car. I decided I'm just gonna go right for the Taycan. And so that's why I'm going to take, I've almost had that on track. So that's what I'm doing.
I like it.
Okay. Where are we going next?
All right. I was trying to come up with something a little more budget minded, inspired by my adventures with the Toyota Yaris. So I came up with Turo, which I have to go on later tonight because today my Turo for the race at NCM got canceled and I got to find something else cheap and horrible. But it is a Turo that you pick up in Miami.
Tell you what Turo is for those that don't know. That's all.
It's a good
call.
Yes. Turo, if you don't know, Turo is basically Airbnb for cars. You are renting someone's privately owned vehicle. I have done this. I've actually had very good success with this, especially if you're just trying to get the most basic transportation. When Vicky and I went to Atlanta last year, we had a lovely a Lexus that we drove. I borrowed a well-maintained Mustang EcoBoost from a lovely young lady in North Carolina to go see my nephew's wedding. Recently, it was simple transportation, but it was well-maintained transportation. And then when we have people coming to town, we typically, if we have folks staying here at the house, we'll Turo something bigger because everything I own has 2 seats. Well, everything I own that runs has 2 seats. So we Turoed several vehicles here. But you can get very specific and you can rent some of the weirdest stuff.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. 60s Cadillacs, Corvettes. A lot of fun with any of this. So you're picking this up in Miami and you are driving to Key West. And I didn't want us all to show up with Miatas. So I said, no factory convertibles.
I missed that before I found 8 cars that I wanted. And then I labeled them all. And I was like, oh, I'm going to take that one. And I'm going to look so cute in that one and that one and that one. And then I was like, where do the convertibles come from? So I left my convertibles in there.
I was hoping South Florida, I could find something truly bizarre, like a Grand Am that had been hacked into a convertible, but
on
I guess
Craigslist, yes, but not on
exactly
Turo.
On Turo, you have champion. So I did actually in both cases decided that if I'm going to drive all the way down those bridges straight and level, I want to be comfortable. So the first one I went with is I found an outstanding Hyundai. Well, technically not even, it's a Genesis G70. So this for a mere $50 a day. I believe this is the 2-liter turbo setup.
That grill is really ugly. Oh, so is the interior.
If you don't have to look at it every day, it's quite comfy, I'm sure. So it is white
red
with Cordoban blood red interior, leather interior. But it's 50. It's $50
for a while.
Day.
Oh, you get a 3-day discount.
3-day discount. Yeah, for taking it all the way down there. 750 miles. That'll get you down to the Keys and back. Gets 26 miles per gallon. You can take 4 of your friends with you with a bold visual identity.
Oh, you didn't tell me I had to bring anybody with me.
Athleticism. You don't. I would be fine just driving this thing by myself. Going through, I sorted prices low to high. This is like the same price as a new Mitsubishi Mirage. So
could you buy it at the end?
It's a 2023. It's new itself.
Yeah. This is a great car. And I don't think you could find anything nicer for that kind of money. Now
you left plenty in your budget too. Our budget was up to 70 a day. So that's
yes.
all right.
All right. So that wasn't the only luxury vehicle I came up with, because that's, again, I was trying to find crackhead vehicle. Turo doesn't have any. You have to stick to Craigslist on that one. So my other one, I feel like probably a bit of a departure for me, but I managed to find this Land Rover Velar. It's a 2018, also under our budget.
I wanted one of these.
All right. Yeah, these are they're 4 cylinders, but these are great cars. My brother had one of these.
They make them in supercharged V6 too.
They do make them in supercharged V6.
That's what we were looking for.
They named the car and they told you this is Junie. It's so cute.
So Judy is a lovely car, but in typical Range Rover fashion, my brother said every now and again the infotainment system would just reboot, and you literally had to shut the car on and off again.
If you expected any different, you've obviously never driven a British car,
right?
Yes.
Especially one with a freaking ton of electronics.
Yes,
the reason we ended up with a Mercedes instead of one of these,
right? Pretty much.
Yes, absolutely. But
see, look,
Junie,
there's meet Junie.
Meet
so
Junie.
Cute.
So Junie's loved.
Oh.
Junie's owner knows nothing about cars because it has a V4 cylinder engine. That's good.
No problem there. Yes. All right, I like it. I'll take this one all day.
Velar. I think I'd rather have your. I don't know if I think I'd rather have your Genesis over Junie. I don't know.
All right. You want to go?
Sure. I'm happy to go. All right. Well, find that share screen button. I wanted to work on your thing that you said, no factory convertibles. And I think this is a loophole. It is not a factory convertible if it has no top at all.
I saw these.
This is a 2021 Polaris Slingshot. These are hideously ugly.
Yeah,
they are usually driven by people whose parents didn't love them and they just want attention.
Really?
Or they're driven by tourists in a major tourist city like, I don't know, Las Vegas
or Miami.
Or Miami, right?
Wow,
Yep. So these are
very
3
surprised
wheels.
About this for you.
Well, if you for driving down to Key West, why not? You're
for $45 a day,
and it's $45 a day. Right, it's $45 a day
because you're going to be deaf by the end of it. And and honestly, Juan looks like he's a hustler. So, you even found the automatic one.
Yeah, I think that's what they prefer to rent to the tourists. So this is a terrible car, but for running down the causeway to Key West, I think you could do a whole lot worse. And a nice weekend, and you don't care if anyone sees you.
I saw your commentary that you said if it doesn't have, what did you say? If it doesn't have
a top, it's not a convertible.
Not a convertible if there's no top. I really thought you found something amazing. Chop shop. Somebody made this car with no. I know. I was already impressed before I clicked on. I didn't click.
But for $45 a day, I think this is good. Now, if you want something a little more comfortable, here is a 2016 Mercedes AMG C63S. I like that it's a C because the causeway gets a little tight sometimes, and so does parking in Key West. So you don't need an S class, but this is still the V8 bi-turbo
AMG. I'm pretty sure I saw this too.
It is a V8 bi-turbo C class. It is black with all black everything inside.
Oh, it's great in Florida because that's awesome.
Hey, it's got good air conditioning. Mental house
Sure.
car.
It has great air conditioning and air conditioned seats, and the windows are properly tinted. So you're going to have at least 2 conversations with law enforcement on that trip.
Probably, especially because there's no way you can't slightly hoon this thing while you.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
500 horsepower little Mercedes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, must be 21.
But yeah, because Juan ain't lending his car to a bunch of punks.
This is Juan again?
Julian. No, this is Julian.
No, I'm sorry, Julian.
Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, Juan has a market here.
This is at our max of $70 a day, but you're
but hold on.
And
scroll down just a little bit because he knows his market. Great for the Miami lifestyle.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So in other words,
you're a
when you're
baller.
trying to
pretend
$7
early
be
bird
somebody
discount.
you ain't.
Okay.
Right, that too. Are you
got
a
a
ball?
discount?
Are you a balla? Okay.
Yeah, apparently.
Let's go.
Well done.
Okay. Well, as I mentioned, I found a bunch of convertibles for which I will show you anyway because I was excited by them. But I decided on you get something that you're not going to buy and you're probably going to get stranded somewhere. So I went with the Alfa Romeo Giulia. Giulia, whatever. 2018. Still got money left over. It is white and it is fairly pretty. And I don't know where.
Yeah, it's got the right wheels on it, the big phone
It
dials.
really does.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I did not look inside.
Poorhouse red interior.
Because it's Italian, of course.
I don't know if I want it anymore.
I do.
Oh, it is very red inside. Nope. I think I'm returning it now. Ew. It is a four-seater, so I can bring my friends now too, which is great. And it has a panic button because you're gonna
need
panic.
an Alfa Romeo.
I am aware. So
how much is it? What we
58 a day.
Down a little.
58 a day.
Okay.
Pablo is going to give me my car. Pablo is well rated, and it is well rated. I'm picking it up Miami.
Enjoy the smooth and beautiful ride on this Alfa Romeo Sport. Not much needed to be said about this great car. Red leather interior with paddle shifter. Enough speed and space for most occasion. Just please treat it gentle. Enjoy the ride and experience. This car gets inspected after every check.
I gotta go. Okay. This is what I picked before I read that I can't have convertibles, and I'm just decided I'm going to show you anyway. I am going to arrive in style in this very cute orange with orange wheels, mini, 2021 Mini Cooper, $51 a day.
It's a convertible mini.
It is a convertible
and it's a Turbo
mini.
S.
And it is super cute. And I'm gonna have my hair.
Curious why
hair flying.
Why red interior you find embarrassing, but orange exterior is okay.
Well, I'm in Miami, bitch. So since I'm already in Miami and I'm going to Key West, I'm gonna have a great time.
It's got a Targa option.
Yeah, all the mini convertibles you can slide just the front of it back.
I did not know that.
The white interior is nice, so you don't burn your butt, and easy to park.
Yes, it is an auto, but it's super cute. So that's my my convertible. Even though I'm not to pick convertibles, because I was like, I'm in Miami and I'm going to Key West, and I want a convertible, and this is gonna be so much fun. And then it says, "Don't get convertibles." I said, "Meh, meh, meh." That's what I said. All right. This is the last one. Yes.
Yep. Last one. I thought that let's go to racingjunk.com and let's pick something that's out of our usual scope. Like, you're never going to buy this. Everyone would be surprised if you ever showed up with this. But you think, you know what? That's all right.
Okay. Best thing you can find on Racing Junk.
That is out of your usual scope.
It is not necessarily a car.
Ooh.
No, it doesn't have to be.
Yep.
See, I just read it.
There you go.
I just read.
Doesn't have to be at all.
Nope.
I mean, I can start us off with what I have because this is my idea.
Yeah, I was looking at tractors, so there's that.
Okay. So what I have.
When you don't give me enough instruction, I just pick out anything.
1970 Dodge Challenger, Viper powered.
Yes.
So it's got the 04 Viper Gen 3 motor V10, 550 horsepower.
Manual.
Stick shift, 70. I mean, the wheels are not great, but it's the right look. 69 Challenger with the right motor.
The door handles, they smooth the body. Oh, this is
completely accurate. That Chris, this is not.
That steering wheel's got to go, but the rest.
The steering wheel's like the
billet,
like winged steering wheel. But the rest of the interior looks really nice, actually. Like the gauge panel.
It's got a modern interpretation of the pistol grip shifter, which is fantastic. Yep. Yes, I would never expect. In fact, if this car was parked in front of a 3 p.m. pit, everyone would ask if Mental won the lottery.
Yep.
And where I am. Ooh, so it's got the Wildwood brakes, so it'll actually slow down as well as it will go. Wow.
And the motor looks like a clean install. Like all around, this thing looks like it's well done. It's not my style. Oh, blue underglow lights, nice. Not my style, but I can appreciate that.
It is
That
done
was pretty
right
cool.
with the exception of the steering wheel. It's really done
Yeah.
correctly. I like these subtle AAR graphics on it. The just the slightly darker gray. This is really, yeah, that is a Hoon machine.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is designed for lighting up rear tires and turning them to smoke. It does nothing else well.
Yes.
At all.
I bet it stops well because it's got the Wildwood package underneath it.
Yeah, the Willwoods will help without a doubt. Oh well.
Beautiful.
Oh well.
All right. I'll go slightly out of order.
Okay.
So again, things that you just wouldn't expect. So I looked into sections that I normally don't go to. And this is the Screamliner. It is
yes, it is with a dog.
Sounds like an amusement park ride.
And it looks like an amusement park ride.
It does.
So this is a land speed car.
Yeah, it is.
That is powered by a motorcycle, 1000 cc. It has past tech. So it's an R1 engine in this thing. So it is ready to go to the salt when we don't have hurricanes and storms coming through. So this thing would probably, they said it holds a couple records. It looks like it's got a big fat wheel in there. It might be 4-wheel. I feel like it's a 2-wheel.
No, I think it's a 2-wheel. Yeah.
So it probably kind of scrapes a little bit. Yeah. You get a push and you get that thing rolling and you see if you can go faster than 200 miles an hour. That is definitely a tricycle setup right there.
It is tricycle. Yeah. Look at that.
In the
inboard
front.
suspension in the front.
So
it's a unique vehicle without a doubt.
Yes. One purpose, go fast.
For in a straight line.
Yeah.
Don't crash.
Yeah.
Yes. How much?
If you crash.
How much is it?
This can be yours. Actually, you see, they had it listed for $1. They don't actually list the.
No, it says it's in the description, but it's not.
Make your best deal. Must go.
There you go.
Done.
So
cash only. You're like, I think I have $75 in my wallet. Will you take it?
But it's in Ohio, so I bet you could probably find out from some folks that do the open flying miles what this thing runs. That one's mine.
It's different. Yeah. That's a interesting way to die.
Okay, so as I mentioned, I went to the places I don't normally go.
Me too. I found mine in the street rod section, which
all right. So this is kind of not fair because I went through a whole bunch of subjects, but I had to stop at golf carts because I can't have a golf cart. But
the words have my attention.
I want one. A golf cart set up for racing use. I thought this is a great example of a golf cart. So this golf cart.
But tell us more about this golf cart.
It is red and it has flames on it. Somebody painted the side of it, but it's got this little. So it's got the rear seat,
the flip down seat that becomes a storage unit.
Is that factory?
I believe it is a common option on golf carts because when you flip over the seat like that, now it becomes a cargo. And then when you flip them up, the bottom one becomes a place where you can put your feet. This would be great.
I have a lot of people that get to sit on it now.
That's how when you can do wheelies. The people you put on the back.
It is in Illinois.
Oh, there you go.
$700. It has a radio.
Gas powered. There you are.
It has a windshield, front and tail lights, stereo, new tires, chrome wheels, diamond plate.
Towing package. Oh, and it's got a tow strap, a TOE.
A tow strap. Okay. This isn't really.
I feel like this is a good vehicle to have a new rule named after you in a Lemons paddock.
Somebody with an awesome hold on, I have a better one. Hold on, I got two here. Hold on. I closed it because I didn't want you to see it. Hold on. Okay. So I went to the cars that you probably what is the best version of a car that you could find? I don't know anything about 88 Reliant SS1s for 17 grand, but it looks cool. So I figured if you wanted a Reliant,
I don't know anything about 88 Reliant SS1s.
I have never seen this, but
I just went to places.
It
I was like, I don't know.
It looks 88. If you had a series of a picture of cars and you said which one of these is the 88 Reliant, I would have picked this one.
There's only one picture. I was like, but how many 88 Reliant SS1s are there? So I decided
Reliant Scimitar SS1.
There you go. 1800 Ti art, whatever. It is a rocket ship on wheels is what it says. So I figured if you
Whoa, hold on. Keep reading about that engine because now you've got my attention.
It has a Nissan turbocharged 1800-liter engine and a Nissan.
That is the predecessor to the SR20 DT.
It's a time
the
capsule.
1.8 liter turbo that they put in the 240 chassis everywhere but America. In fact, it was called the 180 everywhere else. This is wonderful. Oh yes.
Okay, well, I decided that I didn't know anything about it, and it has black interior, and
it's titled in New Mexico. Oops. It looks like that. See, if you join Racing Junk with that knocked off pro membership by using code POD23, you don't get that anymore.
And I could
don't get that.
Well, I just didn't sign in.
It's quite all right.
Well, current owner has limited expectations. If this is a rocket ship, I'll say this has 135 horsepower, top speed of 126 miles an hour, and 0 to 60 in 7.6 seconds. So
it's rocket ship.
But
rocket ship.
This is how you confuse everyone at Radwood.
You know,
you show up wearing a beret, a black and white striped shirt, and smoking a very long cigarette.
Or Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix. This is one of those things like, what?
Right. You're the one of one, and you just tell people this is the only one because everybody's like, how many people are like, yeah, I had one of those Reliants.
You secure one of the hills for the Reliant Club, and then you just park on top of that hill.
That was that after that's what I started doing, is just going to all the different car makers that I was like, I don't really know anything about that car maker, so let me just see what kind of cars they have and figure out which one looks probably
and as someone who almost obsessively looks at every local for sale site, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, all the other stuff.
You do?
I have. Oh yes. That's how I pass a lot of time between meetings at work.
Okay.
I have never seen that car. Did not know it existed, which just underscores that Racing Junk really is the place to go.
Or if you have something just weird, then go for it. See what you can come up with.
That is awesome.
All right. Thanks for playing this game with me. I had a great time. I enjoyed looking at all these different cars, coming up with different ways of whatever you thought you were looking for. I just came up with different things. So there's that.
It's awesome. We will have links to actual, because we hid in our descriptions, we hid these from each other. So the links to the actual cars themselves will be in our show notes. If you're listening to us on the podcast, click down in the show notes. Obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, it's right down there.
It'd be funny if all of a sudden these random cars just got all these bumps because people are clicking on them or are just like, why did this even happen?
There you go.
Yes.
Good. And if you buy one of these things,
I mean, some of them don't, but if you buy the Taycan, call me because we have to talk.
If you buy the Reliant, call me because it's right down the street. And I want to go.
Fine. How about that? Call me too because I'm the one who picked it.
That's awesome. All right. And if you found something cool on Racing Junk or a local thing, don't be afraid to throw it down the doodly doo. But I think
if you feel like you have a whole lot of time to spare and want to play along, send them to us. Let us know what you found.
Or if you have parameters for one of these shopping games that you want us to try, let us do that.
Too.
Yeah. That's a future show topic. All right.
Heck yeah. Okay. It's just
favorite segment, least favorite person hosting it.
Oh,
sorry.
That's
I know. Oh. This one's actually not from me though. This time we get just a tip from Tyler. Yep. Tyler said on a comment, he said, I also have a safety tip I've been meaning to mention. The best safety gear is the stuff you use. I've told the story of buying really nice safety glasses after getting a grinding shard in my eye multiple times before, though recently I've caught myself a few times using power tools and doing sketchy things without eye protection as they've become unserviceable due to scratches in the plastic and deterioration of the rubber where it touches my face. In theory, they're available, but I wasn't using them. I finally bought a new pair and we're wearing them again religiously. TLDR, replace your safety gear if it's getting worn out to the point you don't like wearing it.
I love this safety tip all day. I love it.
Yes. The nature of what we do, we try to be resourceful. And this is why there is a huge tendency for us to be pack rats, because we see everything as having potential value. But you know what? Sometimes you just need to throw some crap away and go buy some new stuff. And definitely, yes.
I love it.
Yeah. Solid piece of advice there.
Thanks,
It
Tyler.
is. And it's not me telling you to be safe and wear your safety glasses. Like, yeah, if they're not around, if you're not like, they're not at your fingertips, then it's really easy to just say like, I'll be fine.
Just this one thing, Yeah.
I'll be fine.
Until it's not.
Squint and squeeze.
Oh gosh, don't bring up squint and squeeze. That's awful. Let's not do that.
Actually, what I've been doing lately, because I don't buy expensive eyeglasses because I have a terrible tendency of losing them. And then recently my prescription just slightly changed. So as my old eyeglasses get, more and more scuffed and scratched, they become safety glasses. So all of my old eyeglasses live in my garage until they get to not usable. They're polycarbonate.
They should have more wraparound for them, but okay, you do you.
It's better than nothing.
Sure, except for when it goes behind your eyeglasses, because that happens a lot.
So don't do that. So don't use your old glasses.
Just saying, as a safety professional in the room who tells people all the time, every day.
I was feeling really smart with that decision
when
too.
everybody,
when
every day people are like, I have glasses on. You're like, so how does things fit back there or on the ear? See?
And if you're not watching this, you're missing Chrissy poking yourself in the actual eye.
Okay, let's move on. Do we know what we're doing next week? We don't care because we won't be here.
But we have reached out and it has been a while. We're going to have Eric Rude on. So join us, which is not really us. It's just me. Just give me, it's going to be me and Eric. No idea what we're going to do, but Eric is always fun. He's way smarter than me. So this should be a great episode. Got a question for Eric? Let us know.
Whatever Eric wants to talk about.
Whatever Eric wants to talk about.
Who knows where that's going to go? Yeah.
No one knows where it's going to go. No one will be upset.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great show. We'll listen to it on when we get back, and we'll
absolutely
see you later.
Yeah. So, hey, thanks for downloading us. We hope you enjoyed this week's edition of Everyone Racers. We'll hope you'll join us in the world of driving, racing, building, and window shopping, because everyone can be a racer, even you, even if it's from the armchair at your desk when you're having a break. If you enjoyed this podcast, subscribe. It's free. Go to anywhere you listen to podcasts and give us a 5-star rating. Even if you hated us, 5 stars, and tell us why, because it matters. Questions, show ideas, comments, emotional outbursts, drop us a comment on any of the social medias. It's either Everyone Racers or everyone.racers. Email everyone.racers@gmail.com. Text mental 484-243-0455. Show him the junk that you found on the internet.
Yeah, I can't wait to see.
Got one today. That is awesome.
Excellent. There's all kinds of fun junk to see on the internet. Anyway, thanks again, everybody. And until next week, keep the shiny side up. Unless you're in your broken van again in Seattle. Your life is getting sad, then just don't kill yourself.